boys and girls, and all of God's children. Welcome to the Church School Neighborhood. I'm Sister Angie Spears, the excited Church School Superintendent. What a wonderful, wonderful lesson we have today. Today we're starting our new summer quarter, and the title of this quarter is The Testimony of Faithful Witnesses. So, for the next 3 months, we will be studying faithful witnesses. Today's lesson is titled, Deborah, a leader in a national emergency. And our lesson comes from Judges chapter 4, verses 4 through 10, verse 14, and then 21 through 22. Deborah is a prophetess and she's a judge. Even though she's a female, she is a judge and she's very respected. And she tells the people what God has told her. Well, in today's lesson, God has told Deborah to tell Barak that he can be victorious. If he takes an army of 10,000 people, he's going to make him victorious. Well, when she tells him this, Barak says, I will go if you go with me. So just going with 10,000 men, he wasn't confident. He wanted Deborah to go. And not only that, he says, if you don't go with me, I won't go. My. Well, our very special word for today is a phrase, and it is go with me. Go with me. And we used the verse in verse 8 as our memory verse. And this is what that memory verse says, and we will come back to it. After she goes to Barak and says, didn't God tell you? Because she knew, because she had told him that if you go and you take 10,000 men, you're going to be victorious. And when we get to verse 8, Barak said to her, if you go with me, I will go. But if you don't go with me, I won't go. My. Well, it is Buttercup and Daisy who have a very excellent example. They certainly understand what's happening in today's lesson. What did you want to share with us? Buttercup is anxious. He doesn't really want to talk about it, but Daisy's going to tell us. What happened, Daisy? Well, it was about 2 years ago. The family went on a retreat. So it was Mom, Uncle Billy, some other relatives. There were other cousins about their age. And in this retreat, they decided to go out on a camping retreat. So they were really out in they're living in cabins for about 4 days. And so they were told that the grown-ups came and they said, okay, the children are going to be in this cabin. The grown-ups are right next door, right? They even had walkie-talkies. And they explained, if you have to go to the restroom at night, there were no restrooms inside the cabins. It was a separate cabin that you had to go to, and you had to walk down a little path. And so they said, if you have to go to the restroom, it's good to try to go now, before you go to bed. But if you have to, this is what you do. There's like a flashlight, there's a path, there's some lights on the path, and then you get to that restroom and then you come back. You just are careful. Well, it was the middle of the night, and Daisy and Buttercup are in bunk beds. And I believe it's Daisy was on the top, Buttercup's on the bottom, or the other way around, I'm sorry. Daisy was on the bottom because she's so much younger. They didn't want her to fall. And Daisy's asleep, and she hears Buttercup, Daisy, are you awake? Daisy, are you awake? She goes, what? And he goes, I have to go to the bathroom. And what did you say to him, Daisy? Daisy said, well, you know what to do. There's the flashlight, and all you have to do is take it, and you walk down the path, and you come right back. You'll be fine. And what did Buttercup say? I'll only go if you go with me. And what does Daisy do? Daisy says, okay, but I'm going to tell everybody you couldn't go by yourself. You needed me. And then Buttercup got brave, and he didn't want to be told that he could only go if his little sister went with. So he got brave, and he went, and he was very proud of himself, right? But that's very exact to what happened in our story, except in our lesson, Barak, he was pretty insistent. If Deborah didn't go, even though he had 10,000 men, he was not going to go. Even though she told him, God says you're going to be victorious, he would not go without her. So it's a very, very good lesson that your church school teacher will explain a little bit more about it. Let's go to our memory verse, and we've taken the memory verse and we've gone to verse 8. Here we go. Barak said to her, if you go with me, I will go. But if you don't go with me, I won't go. Let's say that again. Barak said to her, if you go with me, I will go. But if you don't go with me, I won't go. Do you think you can fill that in when some of the words are missing? Let's see. Barak said to her, if you go with me, I will go. But if you don't go with me, I won't go. Excellent, excellent. And this is such a good lesson. You'll learn so much in your church school class. And again, this is just the first of many people that we will learn about who were faithful witnesses. We trust that you will join us on next week. Next week, our lesson is Hannah, a godly mother. And our lesson is going to come from 1 Samuel chapter 1, verses 9 through 20. It's also going to be a wonderful, wonderful lesson for church school. So we trust that you will join us on next week. Have a blessed week. Bye-bye.